We work so you can play.
Okay, so now I make a start on the metals. I'm going to start with bulk gun metal. It's been watered down 2:1 paint to water with a little bit of flow improver in it. And we're going to cover all the parts that metal's going to be showing, so the helmet, the sword, the hilt, and the other side of the shield. Just using a standard brush for this. Doesn't need to be too neat. And you'll notice I'm not leaving black lines as well on the helmet. The second stage of the metals is to apply a wash of Badab Black. Just cover all of the surfaces, making sure you get it nice in the cracks of the helmet. Really dirty up the shield and the sword. Again, use a standard brush, and the paint hasn't been watered down any. For the final stage of the metals, we use mithril silver. Some people like to use chainmail, though I prefer a slightly accentuated highlight. I'm using my thinned down 10-0 brush. The paint has been thinned down to about 1:1 paint to water, with again a tiny little flow improver in it, or you can use Vallejo thinner, which is sort of a premix of water and thin flow improver. This goes on all of the edges of the sword, of the helmet, and of the shield, and the armour. Okay, now for the shoes. I'm going to start off using a layer of beetle brown, and not really worrying that it covers so much, because obviously they are shoes, they're meant to be dirty. Paint's been thinned down 2:1 paint to water. The bestial brown is highlighted with Talset Ochre. Some people like to highlight with vomit brown. I just prefer using the foundation paint slightly watered down, as it gives a nicer coverage. The Talset Ochre is watered down, again 2:1 paint to water, and I'm using my thin down 10-0 brush. Okay, now on to basing. This is the final stage of the model. For this model I want it to have an all grass base. So we start off with a layer of PVA glue and use an old decrepit brush just to spread the glue around. Doesn't matter if it goes on the feet any. Then the technique for making static grass stand up is to pinch a good amount of the static grass and literally poke it into the PVA glue, and what that'll do is make the grass stand on its end. And we're done. This is the finished product.